Welcome back to Missin the Homies. This is the show where I bullshit with my homies. This month we have another illustrious guest coming back, making her second appearance to the pod. It's first time in 2 years. Uh, my Maxinista, world traveler,
Yeah,
Dar.
I
Well,
watched that YouTube video yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh.
did you go back and watch it? I watched it this morning.
Yeah, I watched the whole
Crazy.
thing. Crazy.
Welcome, Dar. It's so good. I have not seen you. I haven't seen your face in so
I
long.
I know you look tiny. Like, I don't know, you look tiny.
No, it's that's as zoomed in as it'll go.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I mean, look at my.
Oh my gosh, look at your hair.
Yeah, it's all grown. I mean, actually, I'm gonna put this back on.
You know, I honestly thought that like your hairline was going to recede because of how often you wear hats, and
That's
it's held on.
yeah. I mean, that's what I feel like that's what everyone says, but I'm ready for when it goes. I'll have a hat. I'll have a deep hat collection ready to go.
How many hats do you have now?
I pared down a lot when we moved. But I have probably like I probably have like 9 or 10 that I keep in like regular rotation, and then I have like I probably have like 30, 40 hats. Like,
Okay.
but I used to like every place I would go, I would just buy a hat, like just to have it for the collection, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna wear all of these hats. Why am I gonna keep buying hats? So I like have. Oh my gosh, can you hear my cat? Just
I was gonna
going.
say, what is that?
He's moaning. He needs attention. He's a little crybaby. And then this
Is
is the
that pants or is that
so this
sweat?
is so Sweaty's crying, but this is our newest baby. Her name's Pajamas.
You got a third one?
Yeah, she's
Wow.
so sweet. Yeah.
Pajamas.
So
I
much
love these.
so much has happened. And before we get into it, Jar, tell me you brought a beverage. Do you have something to drink?
Well, I have my tea that I was sipping on, and I also have my water because I'm gonna finish my tea in a minute.
Perfect. Because I have my water, but I also like to kick off the month with
Oh,
a
wow.
crack. So got my liquid death, my iced tea. So I got a tea and a water too. So
I love
Dar, thank you so much again for giving me your time. And this time doing Missin the Homies is gonna be way less labor intensive than the last time you did it.
Okay, great. Honestly, I enjoyed it though.
It was so much fun. Like I think about those videos all the time, and I like love when the show was that. Like it was like sending videos back and forth, but it was so like I felt so rude by the time I switched what the show was because I was like, wow, that was a real big ask of me to ask my friends to do it
Yeah, especially those who are like not
who don't know
video.
how to edit.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you at least were like had it through proxy, but
mm,
like you also know how to like you could cut it together. You cut it together pretty well.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, but also hanging out with you and them during college, I kind of like was able to look over your shoulder lots.
Yeah, you picked it up. And I mean, I think it's not. No, never mind. I was gonna say I don't think it's that hard, but it is. It's so complicated. Um, Dar, it's been so long. It's been so. I feel like there's so much to like. Where do we even start?
I know, I was like thinking about that this morning. Like, there's so many things that has happened.
Yeah, because even so, I mean, even going back and watching, um, should we do a podcast? That was 4 years ago, pre-pandemic, and
Yeah.
then we did Missing the Homies 2 years ago. So like, I'm trying to think, 2 years ago. I mean, we were definitely moved to Chicago. Yeah,
Hmm.
whoa. And you were you in Alaska 2 years ago, or were you?
2 years ago, I was in Michigan doing like 3 jobs virtually.
So where are you at now? I know you're in I know you're in California. I saw you got a Lakers shirt.
Yeah,
She's a big sports fan now.
I'm a fake fan. I'm a big fake fan. Yeah, so this Christmas break, my friend and my boyfriend and I went
Oh, yo, big drop.
went to NBA games. So I was like, oh, like let me just get a shirt because I don't want to be there and like look like the only person like who's,
Who who doesn't know what's going on?
yeah. And like I learned about basketball last season because my friends like taught me how like the game is and like the NBA brackets and all of that. So I was like, okay, I kind of get it.
Had you ever been to a basketball game before that?
Like school, like high school.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
but I mean it's a different it's it's similar but different energy. Like everybody's hyped,
Yeah.
but I feel like 'cause, I don't even remember the last time I went to like an NBA game. I don't remember the last time I went to a sporting event, period. Yeah. Um, but like I don't know, the energy's wild. So did you enjoy
Energy.
it or were you
Oh, I
like
loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. The Lakers game was like dope. The Clippers game was cool. Yeah. It was Clippers against I don't know who.
because those are the two LA teams, right?
Hmm.
So did you have to pledge an allegiance when you moved there?
Well, so like I was super like Golden State, but when I came down here, like everybody are Lakers, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be up in San Francisco anytime soon. I might as well just be a Laker.
So where are you at? Are you where
I'm
in
in
California?
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. Which big
Yeah.
city's by that? Is that by San Diego?
See, okay, so like if this is California, San Diego's up here, Santa Barbara's like right here. Then you have like LA here, and then San Diego's all the way down here.
Because one of my cousin just moved to San Diego.
They must be rich because San Diego, I'm pretty sure, is like number one wealthiest city to live in the world.
No,
In the country, in the
I
country.
think that's San Francisco. I think
You sure?
I
I
think San
think it's San
Francisco has the
Diego.
highest rent in the country.
Are you sure?
I
I
don't
I I
know.
think it's all of them. Santa Barbara, San Diego, and
L
San Francisco are
Cali
all there.
California
Oh my
itself.
gosh. It's insane. Oh my gosh.
So
It's insane.
so you're in grad school. What
Mm.
I what's your program? Oh my gosh.
School
It,
psychology.
this feels so weird, but literally like we were about to do this last night in the to catch up. We're like, no, we got to catch it all up right here. School
Literally.
psychology. So
Mhm.
what is that? Like the thought behind schools in general or like teaching?
It's the practice of it. So like think of like okay, so it's like a social worker at school, plus like a special ed teacher, plus like I don't know. So like basically what we do is like we will do assessment. So like cognitive, like academic, it could be like just trying to figure out like if a person has like a disability or like
Hmm.
neurodivergent, if they're neurodivergent.
Yeah.
And we will like work with parents and work with teachers and like try to like help the child. I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard to explain. And then
Yeah.
like so counseling too. So like we can do counseling, we can do assessing, and then we work on IEPs and like all of these things. It's so interesting, but like I didn't
Yeah.
even know how much like legal like stuff are in it. So like when we create our reports, it
Yeah.
has to be legally binding because if the parents sue you, your document is going to be like subpoenaed for the lawsuit, which I was just like, oh,
Why would
cool.
why would a parent sue you?
So like let's say you like I will assess the child and I'll say, okay, this child meets eligibility for like autism. And
Gotcha.
then another like a person outside of the school like does it. They say they meet them for like let's say like ADHD or something.
Hmm.
And then we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go with this avenue of like different interventions to help the student. And
Gotcha.
then the parents are like, well, this school psych outside of the school setting said it's ADHD and you're not doing it the way that we are like wanting you to do it. So we're gonna sue you for like negligence
Gotcha.
for our student. Like and I
So
was
it's
like,
so it's psychology in the school system, not so much the psychology of school,
correct,
right? Okay. Okay.
correct,
Cool.
correct.
Um,
Yeah.
sick. Okay, so how did you Okay. So last we spoke, I mean not last we spoke, but last your professional career, you were in Alaska. And then
Correct.
how did it cuz how long were you in Alaska? You were there for 2 years or 1
2 years.
year? 2 years.
Mm.
So China for a year, right? A year and some change,
Well, I did China for like 5 months in person, but then like I worked there for like 2 full years
and then
virtually.
COVID. And then COVID happened.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah,
So
watching that back was wild.
yeah, me being like, yeah, I'll be there next day, and you being like, oh, my mind.
I was laughing because it's like, oh, I have to wrap my head around you being there for another year. And it was just like, wow. And then there was did you watch the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
I was
And it
laughing.
didn't last like 5 minutes, I think. I fell asleep.
Oh, it was your packing tips. Um
Uh,
which I was dying. Do you still stand by freezing a liquid and taking it through the
it's a thing. I've never done it though. I'm too scared of TSA. But
Oh
like
my
I
gosh.
do stand by that. I do.
You do. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
But like to update that though, you have to have packing squares.
Really? Okay.
Yes, it's a game changer.
See, I was going through and watching it, and like my update is that I almost exclusively never check a bag. I'm carry on only.
You know what? I agree with that. If you don't need to, I wouldn't either. Because seriously, the times I check a bag, the amount of time you waste when you land just sitting there waiting for the bag, oh, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
and I feel like I have traveled enough to where I between my carry on and my backpack and my uh carry on, I feel like I have it all down to a system to where like I don't even need to check a bag. Like I don't but yeah, that's so funny. I was sitting there, I was dying watching that frozen thing, and I was like, man, I was getting heated about the frozen liquid, but I finished it like an hour ago, and I was like, no, I still wouldn't take like pouring this out into a plastic bag, freezing it, and putting it in my.
Wait, what? Not like that.
That's what you.
No. No, 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 no. I mean, like, let's say like you like in Arizona in like the plastic bottles,
Yeah.
throw them in the freezer. Let it freeze.
Uh, that makes a little bit more. That makes a bit more sense.
Why would
Well, I was like, that's so.
how do you even drink that?
I don't know. I was like, do you have to? You get a straw and you're just like drinking from the bag, but like by the time you
Okay,
get
if
to wherever
that's
you're
your
at.
thought process, then I'd be heated too. Because like, what the
Okay.
hell?
Yeah. Anyways. So China for whatever, and then you wound up. How did you even wind up in Alaska? How
So
like
my remember my job in Michigan, the one that you guys helped me pack out that one time?
yeah.
There, my first principal that was there, she like moved back to Alaska. So she was there for like 14 years with her husband before he died.
Mm.
Moved back there, and then I was like, I want to live and go somewhere. I don't want to be in Michigan. My parents are like, you can go anywhere in the US. And so I hit her up and I was like, okay, well, I'll
You're
go.
like, what's the furthest I can go that is in the U.S.?
Yes.
Dang.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible.
like it seemed like such a cool experience.
Yeah.
Um, do you miss Alaska? I mean, I'm sure it was like intense and like
I
the
think living in
leaves.
the village is hard. Living in
Yeah.
the village is really hard just because you don't have access to like necessities like readily. You have to like wait. Everything is waiting out there. But like I miss the people, like the subsistence and the way that they like gather their food is like so like soul filling, you know?
Really? What do you like? How do you mean?
So like to like if they so they're native, they still like rely on the land for food. So like we'll
Yeah.
go boating for like an entire day and like catch fish, or we'll go like hunting and like to catch moose or seals, or we go berry picking for an entire day. Like it's like
Whoa.
so incredible. But then like when you go out, like for some reason, I think it's just because like my boyfriend mentioned, like it's like untouched land. So
Yeah.
like you're like in this space where you can't really be here. Like, like think about the US, like how much untouched land is there in the US? So I feel like it just like rejuvenates you. So I
Yeah.
don't
I mean it's a completely different kind of living. And like
yeah.
living off the land like you said is like so I guess then compared to China, was that like a huge culture shock? Because that seems like to me, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like it seems like Alaskan living is, like you said, it's a lot of waiting. It's real slow. Where in China, it seemed like it was go, 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 go. So was that like, did that take a
Um,
minute?
yeah, it did. Just like I don't know. It's a great question. I think because there was that in between in Michigan,
Yeah.
I was getting like antsy and ready to like do something
Go.
new. So going there was there was like just going there was just like okay, it's like a brand new experience.
Yeah. That's
I enjoyed it.
that's so, I mean, I've always like admired how you jumped to China and Alaska. Like those are two, like, I don't know. It just seems like, I mean, completely different ways of living.
Yeah,
And I think that's insane. And then now you're in Cali doing grad school.
yeah,
How
yeah.
is
I've had to like remind myself like on that, like being in California and like I'm always complaining to my parents, like I'm so homesick, I want to come back home. Like I just want to like be around like familiar faces.
mhm.
And I have to remind myself, like in Alaska, I didn't enjoy it first, like at the beginning because like it was getting to know people and like getting comfortable in my area, and China was the same way. I just kind of like it was weird because when I moved to China, it was the first time I moved like overseas alone, like when anywhere alone overseas.
Yeah.
And so like I'll feel my body like it was like this weird experience of like, okay, I want to put my body back in the same time zone, in the same like continent, like, and
Yeah.
you can't do that. So I think right now it's just adjusting. Like
Cuz
I
how long
have
how long have you been there? When did you start like this semester?
September,
Whoa. So
yeah.
fresh.
And I have two and a half more years here. Two and
Whoa. And grad school's no joke. I
no
mean,
joke.
I felt like I was going through it when Nay was in grad school,
Oh
and
yeah.
I did nothing. I was there for support. Is your man's in grad school?
No, he's in New York. He's in the
Whoa.
army, actually.
Whoa. Where'd you guys
Yeah.
meet?
Social media, kind
Uh,
of.
is that
So like
you tell me.
it's like a thing now. I feel like people like meeting on social media so often,
I
which
have two insane, not insane. I have two brother-in-laws who I like love with all my heart, and my cousins met them on Tinder and Bumble. So
oh,
I'm like, I don't know. It's
it's a thing. I think for me, I think because so my like best friend in the village, it's like her family became my family. Like her mom, I call mom. Like her
yeah,
grandparents and my grandparents, they call me like their grandchild.
yeah,
So like that whole family and like so the grandparents has like eight, 6 or 8 children. And so like all of those, like I'm so close with that family, they all know me. And
yeah.
so one of my grandmother's daughters is my boyfriend's mom. So like I knew his family before I knew him.
One of your grandmothers,
A few moments later.
one of your grandmother's daughters is your boyfriend's mom.
Hmm.
So kind of like a cousin, but you're not
That's
related
literally
at
what I
all.
told him, and he was like, no. He was so mad. He was like, no. But like it's cool because like now that I'm in this relationship with him, like it feels like I've already been like a part of the family, you know?
Yeah. You
So
don't have
when
to like it's not like a family that you have to go and meet. You're just like already
yeah, and so when we told I call her Achu. When we told my Achu about like us dating, she was so happy. And
aw.
when my like my I call her my sister, but when my sister went back,
Hmm.
she was like, Achu is just so happy for you guys. She keeps talking about you guys, and I'm like, stop.
Aw. How long have you guys been together?
Like officially like a month and a couple days. But like
Oh,
we've been talking since June.
okay. Yeah, so it's been a little
Yeah,
while.
it's been a
How's
while.
how's long distance treating you?
You know me, I'm like so needy and I'm like, "Ah, it's fine, it's cool. It's cool, it's fine." I think it's so healthy though. Like it's been so healthy, like the distance, because we talk so much more.
Yeah.
I think long distance is like there's so many benefits to it because when we're in person, we don't let the little things bug us. Like we just enjoy the fact that we're in person. We like squash whatever is like going on. Like
Yeah.
and we just like I don't know, we move on so quickly.
And it's almost like you're in your own little world when you do get to link up.
Yeah.
Whenever I would go to Ithaca, it's
Yeah.
uh, like I would have my phone and stuff on me, but like it's almost like that it's kind of like gone and you're just kind of like there for the whole however much time you have and it feels like I don't know. I think that there is a lot like long distance is tough and it sucks, but I think there are some benefits. So that I'm happy that you like feel the same way.
Yeah. And he's always sending me like long distance things on TikTok, like how great it is. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll believe it.
I love that. I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah. I feel like it's my first like official adult thing.
Yeah. Dang. How's that
Yeah.
feel?
Good.
Do you
I'm good. I'm good though. Like if this doesn't work out, which I don't I can see us like just staying together for the rest of our
yeah.
life.
And you're
Like God forbid if it doesn't work out, like I can't see myself doing this again. Like
not,
it's relationships are too much work.
relationships are a lot of work. It
So
feels
kudos to you when we were in college and all of
it's
those like you're like, oh I think this is it. And I was like, no. And then you're like, yeah, no, it wasn't. And now you have Renee and Renee's like so perfect. So like go you.
it's so funny too because like I I f- I like now like I guess long distance feels like a lifetime ago like for us.
Mm.
Um but like now this is like what we like always kind of talked about. Not always
Mhm.
kind of talk like this is what we always talked about. Like me and Renee both knew that we would get to this point, like married with a house, and I didn't know we would have three cats, but look at this little baby. She's so cute. But it's like I don't know. It is weird. It's weird to like. It feels so grown.
You are so grown.
I, I like I am. I feel like it sometimes, but I like no, I've been feeling it more recently. I feel very grown. Um but yeah, I don't know. Do you feel grown?
No, because I'm in school and I feel like there's a aspect of like accountability and like I don't know. I think because I'm in school, like I feel like I'm still being like taught and nurtured and
You're
raised,
still
which I
like
feel like
growing.
yeah, which I feel like you should always feel that way at some in some aspect, you know, you should always feel like that you have room to learn and room to grow. But
Yo,
even so,
12 seconds later.
we're back. um so
how was married life? Do you enjoy it? Are you like
it like weirdly feels not any different, but so much different. Like I think between me and Renee, it doesn't feel much different because we've been like working towards this for so long, but
Yeah.
it also feels like it has a different level of like importance and gravity to it. And I really like having the ring as like a reminder, and I mess with it all the time, but it like, oh my gosh, this is maybe this month is just going to be us catching up, cuz I was thinking of like how we were going to do this, and I really wanted to edit a video to like show you all the stuff that has happened since like COVID.
Yeah.
But I was like, as I like started outlining it, I was like, I cannot cut this video together in like 20 minutes. So maybe I'll work on maybe that'll be the theme of the month. I don't know. I like
Yeah.
to have a theme. But it feels super grown, and I feel like people look at me differently now, which is funny, but like I don't know. I like still feel I feel like an adult, but I still feel like a kid a lot of the time. I'm like as we were going and getting married, I was like, do I have to check with anybody? Like, is this something I can do? And I'm like, no, this is like what I want to do. This is important to me. This is like my decision. And it like, I think that, and like on top of like buying a house and like our condo, like, I think I've just been making more of those choices. And to me, that's what like feels so grown, like being able to decide for myself.
Yeah.
But that's also like kind of scary. So it
That's
feels
true.
weird. It feels weird.
Because if you make a mistake, like it's on you. Like there's nobody, you can't say, "Oh, my parents," and no, it's
Yeah.
you.
It's like something I have to figure out. But like I think the beauty of it, and like the reason why I like knew I wanted to be with Renee is like it's not up to me. Like it's not something I have to figure out by myself
Yeah.
anymore. Like it's something that like I have somebody who I can lean on in no matter what. I'm like so, and I think that's something I have to like constantly remind myself,
Mhm.
because I don't know, I get in my feels and I feel like I have to figure it out for myself, but I'm like, no, like I have somebody who I can lean on and be like, yo, I need some help. So it's just it feels different. It does, but I enjoy it. I love it. So it's gonna kick us out very soon.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, actually, I do have a question to leave you off on. Something to think about until the next time.
Mm.
So, with you being the world traveler you are and having friends in all of these places, I wanted to know how you like stay connected and how you feel like connected to all of those people. It that's like how you handle that. That is my
Okay.
question for you.
Okay.
And then
I'll
we'll
write it down and then I'll remember
all right,
it.
and I'll text you too.
Okay.
Dar, I'm so pumped for the month. Have fun at your appointment, whatever it is.